Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. 高天原にかむすまります。かむろきかむろみのみこともち。そめみよやかむいざなぎのみこと。つくしのぎむかの立ち花の。ほどのあわぎはらにみそぎはらいたも。時になりませる。パライドの狼たち、もろもろのまがこと積み汚れを、洗いたまえ、清めたまえ、とまおすことのよしよ。天津神、国津神やおよろずの神たちともに、雨の淵駒の耳振り立てて、きこしめせとかしこみむまおす。みろくおみかみ、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。みろくおみかみ、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。かんながら、たまちはえませ。かんながら、たまちはえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end, your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan. and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us, radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. May God and may summer bless you. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Righteousness. I have come to the realization that those who trust God and live each day leaning upon the staff of love have nothing to fear in this world. Only those who live life virtuously and have clear consciences are not afraid of what others think or say, for they know they are loved by God. Even if the path is narrow and obstructed by dark forces, we will proceed humbly and obediently according to God's will. I feel the surest way to judge the character of an individual is by learning how much or how little sense of righteousness he or she has. A sense of righteousness is, as it were, the backbone of a human being. A person with little sense of righteousness is like a jellyfish without backbone. Such a person is undependable, so he cannot feel safe. In dealing with any problem, we should first ask ourselves whether a particular solution is right or wrong. If you have determined that it is not right, you should unflinchingly resist with all your moral strength. If you live life with this principle, even though you may temporarily experience difficulty, in the long run, everything will work out for the best. In whatever situation you may find yourself, it is best and most pleasant to keep on the right path at all times, doing things openly and honestly without fear. People with that kind of character can be the pillars of the world and the guardians of righteousness. It is through the strength of such individuals that a wholesome society can be developed, for God always stands by those who are righteous and just. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all very much for attending this evening service and praying together for humanity, praying together for our ancestors, for our loved ones, praying together for all those who are going through purifications, all kinds of purification. We thank you very much, and especially we take this time to appreciate and thank God for all the blessings that we have been receiving, for all the purifications too. Before we finish the teaching of Meishu-sama that we will study today for another 3-4 minutes, it's called In Service to Humanity. That's on the Daily Inspiration, page 45, where Meishu-sama talks about, he says, born as human beings, it is our duty to try our utmost for peace in the world. It is our duty to really try our utmost for peace and for happiness, for the happiness of others. Those who love humanity and help people in need, they are always loved and they're always protected by God wherever they may go. And a person who strives, who is always trying constantly to help others and better the world, they're like a diamond buried in the sand. It's a very special person. Because every home, every individual has a spiritual atmosphere. There are homes, for example, they are warm, they are friendly. But sometimes when you visit a home, you somehow feel a certain coldness or loneliness. And this happens because the family members, particularly the head of the family, they lack enough love. No love. So these people have cold and selfish hearts and don't care about the welfare of others. Their frigid thoughts reflect on the home's atmosphere, and you feel cold when you visit. Well, the same applies to people. Some people leave you with a cold impression, and some others a very warm one. You want to be next to that person all the time. This is due to the spiritual vibration that each person has. Spiritual vibration, the aura. When you meet them, you somehow feel it. Those who are full of love, they emanate this warmth. When love is plentiful and strong, there is abundant light. Since people yearn for light and are drawn to it by nature, they naturally turn to these warm and bright places and loving people. And that's our main purpose, is to become that kind of person with warm and bright attitude, with loving heart. And by praying daily, attending those services, giving and receiving Johrei, studying the teachings, always thinking about humanity, as Meishu-sama says in his poem, those who love humanity and help people in need, they are always loved and protected by God, wherever they may go. So to be loved and protected is to be in accordance with God's will. That means is to have this beautiful spiritual atmosphere surround us. So with this, I'd like to thank you all very much and wish you all a very good evening. Thank you very much. And this brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a blessed evening. Thank you.